Right, let's talk to the bots. So what's this good info you were talking about, Larry? Hey, I'm a god, a pro. I can't just give information away for free. He wants a bribe. I thought professionals were a bit more, I don't know, honest. Can you talk to him, Maya? Larry, tell us already. What's the good info? Hey, I like that. This kid's got some claws. Okay, you really want to know? Yes, tell me. Okay, the thing is, Rondolite was an employee here. And naturally, since I'm a pro, I looked into his background. You follow me? Yeah, you're a pro. I follow you. Go on. Well, 1 year ago, Rondolite was fired. And there was no warning at all. It just happened all of a sudden. I know this is a small company, but I think that was pretty awful. I guess he must have done something bad to have gotten fired like that. Maybe skipping out of work to go pick up hot chicks or something. No, that's just you. So what's it like to be part-time security guard? Oh, let me tell you, it's tough. Well, you know me, I get by alright, I guess. First, I have to keep my eye on those monitors all the time. Monitors? There are security cameras set in each room around the building. It's really hard. Sometimes I feel like my eyes are going to fall out. Oh. And if I see something suspicious, I have to contact one of the teams. What teams? The security teams for the company. They're supposedly the best in the business. And I'm no amateur either, so if it's something small, I don't bother calling them. So in other words, you basically watch TV screens all day long. You were in this office when the murder took place, weren't you? Why do you say that? It's just a part-time job for me. I can't operate all the equipment, and I'm dumb. Even if it is part-time and you are dumb, you're still in charge of security here. Hey, give me a break. Don't try and pin the whole thing on me. That's not fair, Nick. Huh? I don't think you can expect someone like him to take any responsibility. Anyway, the point is you were here that night, right? Larry, for fuck's sake, I'm just asking if you were here. I knew something smelled bad, and it was the butts after all. Well, it's like I always say, that was then, this is now, okay? Looks like I'm gonna have to break his sight locks after all. Right, let's see if I can talk to Ron yet. Reading about this. Okay, never mind. No. Well then. Not sure how any of this is going to help with either of those sight locks. I hope I don't have to look up the solutions again.
Take that!
On the night of the crime, you were working hard like you were supposed to.
What? Of course I was. Why wouldn't I have been?
But didn't you sneak out of work just yesterday to go and see Mr. Light?
But that was that, and this is this.
Is there any chance you snuck out of work last night too?
Never. I didn't sneak out. I'll tell you what. I'll even bet you $1.
$1? Wow. Now that's confidence.
What's with that drenched in the rain puppy look on your face? Do you have evidence I left my position, or are you just pulling my chain?
The evidence that Lyra is not mine in the station when the murder happened is... This wallet, you know all about it, right?
I've never seen it before.
Liar! You hand-delivered that wallet to Mr. Light just yesterday.
Give me a break. You can't expect me to remember every little thing that happens.
Well, I do expect you to remember something that happened just yesterday. What time was it when you found this wallet?
I guess it was around 1 in the morning, the first floor of our company building.
1 o'clock in the morning?
1 o'clock in the morning?
That's right. In other words, Larry, the time of the murder you were away from the guard office.
Oh. Yeah, but there's something you didn't think about.
What's that?
My shift that day didn't start until 10 p.m. The murder might have snuck in before then.
What do you mean by that?
If the murder snuck in before 10 p.m., then it wasn't my fault. It was the fault of the guy whose shift it was before mine.
Why do I have the feeling you still doesn't get the serious of all this? Listen up, Larry. We know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the killer snuck into the CEO's office after 10 p.m. during your shift.
Take that!
Larry, when you use this key card, doesn't it leave a record?
Yeah, it does, but I can't show the record to just anyone, you know.
The key card data was already made public in the trial today.
What? I didn't know that. Any kind of request for info is supposed to go through me.
Boy, does that sound arrogant coming from a part-time guard. Anyway, according to the data, the door that was open to the CEO's office was opened with this card. Furthermore, it was most definitely used at 1 a.m. the time of the murder.
No way.
Yes, someone used this to get into the CEO's office. That happened 1 a.m. the night of the crime, right in the middle of your shift.
Oh.
Larry, you can't duck your responsibility this time.
Oh, no.
That was easy. Spill it, Butts.
Oh, I knew it. It's all my fault. It's my fault the boss was killed. My fault.
Larry.
There's nothing I could do. I have more important issues to deal with too, man.
What happened that night anyway?
Oh, my Donna happened.
Your Donna? I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, my Donna called and said I have to talk to you right away. So I went to see her and he was standing there right next to her.
Who was?
Her new boyfriend played some horrible joke. Before I knew what was going on, the guy shot me right in the kisser. Normally I'm the one who does the punching. Isn't that right, Maya?
Yeah. So that's why you left the security guard office?
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. How can I make it up for it, Nick? What can I do? What?
He's cut up on the floor crying like a baby. Oh boy.
Nick, is there anything I can do? Anything, just name it. I'll do whatever I have to make up for it. I swear I will.
Larry. Hey Nick, if somebody's offering, why don't you show him the evidence you've got? She's right. Maybe we'll get at least one bit of useful information from him.
Nick.
What the hell am I supposed to show him then? So what about this?
Huh? You shouldn't have. A love letter for me?
No, sorry, it's a blackmail letter.
What? How do you know about that, Maya?
Huh?
How much is Alexis demanding this time?
But who's Alexis? Didn't we show this letter yesterday too? I'm sure we did.
Ah, that's the wallet I found.
You found it when you snuck out of work to get sucked in the kisser, right?
I didn't sneak out of work to get sucked in the kisser. If only I'd been more responsible at work, I might have spotted the murder on the monitor like I was supposed to.
Larry, you really do feel bad, don't you?
Yeah, well, maybe it's for the best. I figured both Desi and I are closer together. Just like they say, every cloud has a silver lining. Ha! You gotta see the old water glass is half full, am I right?
Now that's starting to sound like the Larry I know. Don't forget, Nick, half full. So this was the card used by the culprit that night?
Well, going off the serial number, then yeah. The card was used to open the CEO's office door at 1 in the morning. Your client had this card, right? It's a no-brainer. He's the killer, man.
The buzzer in the CEO's office is connected directly to this room, right?
That's right. Just like my heart's connected to yours, Maya.
Huh?
Go ahead, Maya. Press the buzzer in your heart. I promise I'll come running to your rescue like the professional guard I am.
Wow, that was pretty good.
Thanks, I tried.
If you could tell us more about this buzzer now. Yes, please, tell us.
Okay, I guess so, man. Prepare to be wowed.
I accidentally pressed the buzzer earlier.
Yeah, I heard it. So that was you, huh?
You're a security guard, aren't you? Why didn't you come to the CEO's office?
Well, this is the third floor of the basement. The CEO's office on the first floor. I thought it'd be a good idea to, adopt a wait-and-see approach. Plus, there's a police detective here, right? I just don't think it was necessary.
It's as if he's trying to win an award for the laziest person on the planet. Let's get back to what we were talking about the night of the murder, okay? It's true the buzzer didn't go off that night? There must be a record, right? You must have had a look, right?
Of course I did. And I couldn't possibly have made a mistake either.
If you could take this one more look for me, pretty please.
Oh, okay. I just can't say no to you, Maya.
What do you think, Nick? He's probably right. I don't think even Larry could make it.
What?
What is it? What's wrong?
I made a mistake.
Huh? But how?
It can't be. It's impossible.
Enough already. What about the records?
That night it went off just once, in the morning around 1 a.m.
1 a.m.? That's when the murder happened.
Really? Are you serious? That's terrible. They can't be.
102. Nice going, Butts.
You guys really made me reflect on the way I've been living. The only problem is with all this reflecting, where's the time for love? I think reflecting's a bit overrated, don't you?
What are you going on about, Larry? Plus, do you honestly have any new info on the buzzer record?
Huh? The record? No, nothing at all. Haha.
This guy reflects about as much as a piece of black carpet. That's probably all we get out of him. Right. Okay, one last go at the detention centre before I try unlocking Adrian's lock. I thought there'd be more.
Oh, Mr. Wright.
Mr. Delight, did they finish the interrogation?
Yeah, but please don't leave me alone anymore.
Mr. Delight, you lied to us before, didn't you?
Well, you see...
On the same night the sacred urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor department store, a blackmail letter you got summoned you to KB Security to hand over some money. And that's when the CEO Kane Bullard was murdered. But there's only one Ron Delight, am I right? So the only question is, where were you that night? And this time I want to hear the whole truth. Your life depends on it.
Okay.
Mr. Delight, do you still insist that you are masked a mask?
Isn't that what I've been saying since yesterday?
That was a quick response. Tell me about it. To be honest, it's starting to get irritating. But listen, Mr. Delight, at the trial today, we learned the true identity of the thief, didn't we?
I guess it's true. I wasn't the one who stole the urn.
Of course not. After all, you were at KB Security at the time. So then the person dressed as Master Mask in this photo has got to be Detective Atme. That night you didn't go to Lordly Taylor, you went to KB Security, right?
Yeah, I went to KB Security at the time the blackmail note I said I should.
Right, what happened next?
Well, I used to work there, so I knew where the CEO's office was. I knocked, but there was no answer. So then I used the key card to unlock the door.
That's probably when he dropped his wallet.
When I went to the CEO's office, someone was in there.
Someone?
Suddenly they bashed me over the head. Bam!
Was it Kane Bullard that hit you?
I don't know. The person ran away while I was still stunned. When I came to my senses, The sight I saw left me speechless. The dead body of the CEO was right there in front of me. I thought I'd die myself. Anyway, I thought I should do something with the body.
So that's why you put it in the safe?
Yeah, that's right. I used to be the chief of one of the security teams, so I knew how to open it.
Okay, and what did you do after that?
Well, I got out of there for starters. I was the one who set up the security cameras in the building, so I knew how to avoid being spotted by them.
Nick, all of a sudden Mr. Delight sounds like the murderer to me. Please don't say that. Mr. Delight, is it true 1 year ago you were forced to quit KB Security?
Ah, how did you know? I'm begging you, please don't tell Desi, please.
Don't worry, we haven't told anyone yet.
Oh, thank goodness. No, I suppose I'll have to tell her sometime. She'll find out.
Why have you been hiding it from her anyway?
Desi would despise me if she ever found out I was living a life of crime. A criminal, a thief, she'd never forgive me. My marriage would be over.
Knowing that, why'd you become a thief in the first place?
Because Desi spends money like it's water. There's no job in the world that could bring enough money. Except being a thief. At least that's what I thought anyway.
So you became Master Mask for Desiree, huh? So was this blackmail letter written by Security CEO Kane Bullard?
I think so, probably. You can only get into the CEO's office if you have a key card.
And the blackmail letter said to meet at KB Security. Guess no one other than Mr. Bullard could have written the letter then. I have my doubts.
I was at KB Security around 1 o'clock that night. I took out my wallet to open the door with a key card.
So that when you dropped it?
I'm sorry, I should have told you the truth earlier.
What are you still doing with this key card anyway? You didn't return it when you left your job at KB?
Of course I returned it, don't be silly. Then it got sent back to me along with the blackmail letter.
With the letter?
Yeah, it said use this to enter the CEO's office. Press the emergency buzzer in the CEO's office. Don't press it, it makes an horrible racket.
Sorry, I just love making a lot of noise.
Does this buzzer have something to do with the case?
Well, at this point I don't really know yet. After all, there are no prints on it or anything else for that matter. This list we found in the office of the CEO, Mr. Bullard.
Hey, that's the things on the list of the things Master Mask stole.
And the value of each item is listed next to them. $100,000, $150,000. Are you sure that's the value of the stolen items?
The numbers seem a little low to me. Even on the black market, the prices should be at least 3 times higher.
I guess he knows about that stuff because he used to be a security guard. What do you know about this?
Hey, this is an article about my debut heist. Boy, that was a tough one. Before I knew it, they were hot on my trail.
But Master Mask, he must have gotten away, right? It says so in the article he disappeared.
That's right. I got a sudden burst of inspiration I hid my Master Mask costume in a nearby plastic bucket. I quickly changed into my security guard uniform. Pretty clever, huh?
Awesome. Hey, hold the phone. Regarding this photo, is this you, Mr. Delight?
That's right. Nice trick if I do say so myself.
Nice and easy to figure out. Even Pearls could see through that in a heartbeat. That's what I thought.
As you might expect, Detective Atme found the disguise. He truly deserves the title of Ace Detective.
Detective Atme found the Master Mask disguise? Oh, that's interesting.
Yes, I heard he brought it home with him.
So that's it. That's when Atme got his hands on this.
Thanks to that, I got the chance to remake my costume.
That must be really time-consuming, huh?
Yeah, it took quite a while to complete. Anyway, a few days after that, I received the first of the blackmail letters.
Blackmail letters? You got them starting when? Tell me more, now.
Hey, calm down, don't get so worked up.
This blackmail letter is the first one you got?
No, of course not. This is the first one that ever called me out to a specific location.
So when did you start receiving blackmail letters after this incident?
Just a few days after the tear of Emma on ice. The first letter said I know you did it.
Someone found out your true identity just like that?
It's not that easy being a master thief, you know. I got proof that it was you, so give up, it went on to say. In the end, I had to give up the treasure I went through all that trouble to steal.
Is that right? Hang on a sec, what do you mean you had to give it up?
Oh, don't worry. After I put the jewel in the safe deposit box the letter specified, someone sent me $10,000.
Not said anything about being worried, you know.
After that, I started getting the plans in the mail.
Plans? What are these plans you're talking about?
They were instructions on how to steal a crown or painting or some other rare treasure. They showed security blind spots, escape routes, and suggested training methods.
You mean the one who planned the heist wasn't you?
No, it wasn't. I only planned the very first one. After that, I received plans from some very kind person. Incredibly detailed plans.
Sounds like Mr. Delight is thankful to the person that's blackmailing him. So Ron Delight was Master Mask after all, but someone else is behind the thefts. Someone who planned them all out in detail.
All I had to do was deposit the traces of stolen in a safe deposit box. Then I just waited for the cash to come in the mail.
You try not to look so gleeful about it. She went after the sacred urn because of one of those plans too.
Well, see, truth is, I've never seen the urn. All I did was follow the instructions to steal what I was told to steal.
Mr. Delight, is everything you just told me the truth?
Yeah, but please don't tell Desi, okay?
From Damask's second heist on, he was stealing as directed by blackmail letters. Ron, before we go, there's one more thing I want to ask you.
Yeah, but please don't hurt me.
Mr. Kane Bullard, do you swear it wasn't you who killed him?
Yes, of course. I could never. I'm not lying. All I did was hide the body in the safe. Then I was afraid they'd discover what I did, so I turned myself in yesterday.
Why?
Well, if the judge had ruled I was guilty of robbery, I'd have an alibi, right?
I guess so. You really are clever, Mr. Delight. I guess I have no choice but to take Mr. Delight at his word.
Mystic Maya!
Hey, Pearly!
I'm back!
Hey, Pearls, what have you been up to this whole time?
The sacred herb, Mr. Nick! I took it back to correct the version I had examined!
And what did you find out?
There's no need to worry, they said it's the real herb!
Phew, that's a relief. I was really worried.
But there's one small problem.
Problem?
The cute little pink swatches. They said it's paint, and they were put on the urn recently.
Why are we talking about the pink splotches again? What's the big deal? What's the big deal? We're going to find out how they got there. That's the big deal.
Yes, Mr. Nick, we need to find out how they got there.
Okay, we'll find out how they got there. But please don't forget about me. Sacred urn refiled into the court record. Covered in pink splotches, but it's a genuine article. And I think that's what we'll need for Adrian Andrews' lock. I'm glad we got the urn back and all. How come we don't look any happier? Why should I? I don't know if I should say, if it should say Amy or am I on it anymore. Now it's got big pink polka dots all over it that weren't there before. Don't you think you're overreacting a little? Overreacting? Nick, I can't believe you just said that. It's like, I got it. It's like if I came in wearing polka dots on my acolyte costume every day and said, "Hi Nick, I'm AM." Do you still think it's no big deal? I guess it would be a real disaster. See? Well, that's how I feel. Fair enough, honestly. Oh, Pearl, nice to see you.
Hello there.
I haven't seen you around lately. What have you been up to?
Actually, I was having this urn examined.
Oh, I see. Maybe if we take another good look at this urn, we can figure out the mystery of what actually happened here. Nick, let's look around one more time. The box, there's something about it that's bothering me. That's the box the urn was in.
It looks like there's some pink paint on it too.
It's definitely the same colour as the stuff on the urn. I think I know how the paint got on it now. Alright, let's investigate again, Nick. Looks to me this has been dry for several days. There's something suspicious about this paint mark. The bottom left part of it is shaped oddly, and it's shocking pink.
Mr. Nick, could it be the odd shape is...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is it. That's the box the sacred urn was in. If you look here, there's a bit of paint in the box as well. You're right, it matches.
What is it, Mr. Nick?
This has all turned out exactly as I thought it would. I think it's all starting to become clear. We're that much closer to solving the mystery of what happened to the urn. The statue wasn't where it is now when we first came here, right? It was right next to the door, wasn't it? If someone moved it, it was probably Master Mask. Maybe he didn't like being watched by Mystic Amy when he stole the urn. Hey, cut it out. You're giving me the creeps with that kind of talk. The door to the actual storeroom. Lots of big boxes, blah 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 blah. Miss Andrews said we're not allowed in there. Take your back, me said he was hit on the back of the head with this by a thief. That was obviously a lie. Because it turned out Abby was the real thief. It's still hard to believe. Looks like Adrian feels real bad about it. I'm going to take full responsibility and fix the sword myself. I know I don't look it, but I have complete confidence I can fix it right up. I promise I'll fix it so you'll never know it was bent in the first place. Please be gentle with it. This is the camera computer Detective Acme set up, huh? That's what he said. And yet it still let it take a picture of him? I guess he's not as smart as he pretends to be. The camera belonged to Lordly Taylor, so he knew he couldn't tamper with it. So then why would Master Mask allow that to happen? Whoops. And that's the burger sign, so... Look, a ladder! That's a step ladder. What's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. Okay, that should be enough to unlock Adrian.
Take that!
Miss Andrews, do you know anything about the Sacred Urn? Do I know anything? I'm in charge of the entire treasure exhibit. The urn that was summoned before the court today. It's obviously not the same urn as before. Well, that's, true. Maybe it isn't the same, it could be a fake. A fake? The other one who said it wasn't the same, so that's the most obvious explanation. Do you have any evidence the urn that was submitted at the trial was genuine? Covered in pink splotches, but it's the genuine article. Sorry to break it to you, but this urn is the genuine article. Pearls went back to Crane Village and had it examined. Is that right? That's nice, but I don't see how... What she discovered is that the urn had been broken again. Did you say again? Yes, it was broken once a year ago. Now it looks like the same thing has happened. And quite recently too. Recently? Are you saying the urn was broken recently? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think it was broken recently? How do you know? I am, you are, I am. This poster was made recently, right? Poster? Oh, the poster for the exhibit. At the time when the photo was taken, this urn said I am on it. But now for some reason it says Amy. When the urn was fixed, the letters were transposed. Ah! I am? What does that even mean? I don't know anything about that. It wasn't even there when the photo for this poster was taken. That was a mistake. Now tell me the truth. Oh, wait. 4. Even if the urn was broken, I had nothing to do with it. Huh? That's it. It must have been one of the people at the photo shoot. They probably dropped it. I'm sure that's what happened. It looks like she's not going to give up the last sight lock so easily. Do you have any proof the urn was broken here at Lordly Taylor?
Take that!
Well, Miss Andrews, what's this supposed to mean? This urn has these pretty pink little paint splotches on it. And there's some on the box the urn was stored in, too. No matter how you look at it, the paint seems to be exactly the same, wouldn't you say? So, what does that prove? That The urn was dropped along with the box when they both got paint on them. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
Then the rest of the story's obvious. This box was dropped right here in Lordly Taylor's basement warehouse. If I can prove that, that means the urn was broken here too. So can you prove that? Can you prove the box was dropped here in the basement warehouse?
Take that!
I think you already know where I'm going with this, don't you?
Yeah, more or less.
There's pink paint splattered on the floor and the walls of this basement warehouse. There's an odd shape imprinted into this part of the paint stain, am I right?
Yes.
If you put this box into the impression of the paint, you can see it fits perfectly. Which means this box was dropped right over there. And that is when the urn was broken.
Your name does you justice, Mr. Wright.
You know, I'm not sure if it's because this is just the second case, or are the sight lock puzzles a lot easier than they were before.
I'm so sorry. I was the one who broke the urn.
Boy, this make me feel like some kind of evil school teacher.
I'm a terrible person. Not only did I break it, but I tried to hide what I did.
Well, that's not so hard to understand, is it, Pearly?
No, not at all. I know just how she feels. It happened about 2 weeks ago. Just after the poster photo was taken, the same day the urn arrived here. I thought I'd put it away down here for safekeeping. I was carrying it in the box. When I tripped on a paint can and lost my balance. The box I was carrying crashed to the ground. I heard a terrible noise and I thought my heart was going to stop. Fearing the worst, I opened the lid of the box and that's when it happened. The broken piece of the urn fell out the box and landed right in the paint. I was in shock. I let out a huge scream. I can totally see how that could have happened. Yeah, clumsy as she is, I'm sure Maya understands. I knew it was the most important treasure in all of Karain Village, so I tried as hard as I could to fix it. Fortunately, the shards were all pretty big.
And that's when the I am got changed to Amy?
I didn't know how it was originally written. Any sane person fixing it would have assumed it said Amy. Any sane person? Really?
Oh, Pearls. She said she wasn't very good at spelling.
Anyway, I put the urn into the storeroom and no one had seen it since then.
Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago, then replaced in its box, kept out of sight.
There's something I don't get. When we first came here, I didn't see any paint stains. That's because it was so ugly and embarrassing. I used the golden statue to cover it.
The Amy Faye statue. Aha! The first time we came down here, it was the night the sacred urn was stolen.
But Mr. Nick! There were no paint marks on the walls of the floor of the warehouse when we were here.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, the golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. And
I realised the statue would be the perfect size for covering the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it.
I see. Now it makes perfect sense.
But there's still one thing I find strange.
What is it, Pearl?
The day after the urn was stolen, we came here again. At that time, the statue had been moved and the paint was clearly visible.
She's right about that. Well, Miss Andrews?
What? I don't know anything about that. I placed it there to cover the paint. Why would I move it again?
Well, and who was it? Who would have done it and why? On the day before the theft, the statue was definitely closer to the door. Then the next day it was moved, but why? Probably part of Atmi's hiding scheme. It looks like there's some connection between the sacred urn and the murder case. Why? Why do you think so, Nick? Because that night, the real thief, Wanda Light, was at KB security. So then why did another Master Mask show up here? A lot of different things are pointing to one undeniable fact.
One undeniable fact?
The murder trial is starting tomorrow, but it looks like that thief is going to be making another appearance.